All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I just posted a viewer request that had some meme stocks, and you know what? I really wanted to cover AMC and MULN because of that. So we will look at those today, all right? We'll obviously get into all the actual news and rumor stuff with AMC getting maybe bought out by Amazon. Huge, right? I'm not going to dismiss that. The one thing I want to highlight though is look, these moving averages still are a guide even when there's some silly news on a big meme stock. It literally closes at the 20 and it actually wicks to the 50, right? So I'm telling you, I know these seem like just silly little lines to a lot of people, but they really have a lot of value to me. And I think today's action really shows that a lot, all right? Again, we'll go over all the technicals. We'll talk about the news that well, but just in case you're new, real quick, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms. But hey, just thank you so much for being here, okay? There's so many things you could be doing, and I appreciate you watching this. And then look, I am not perfect. I am not all-knowing. There is nothing here telling me what tomorrow's going to look like. So if you disagree with anything, hey, throw it in the comments, all right? I'm not going to be a hater, and honestly, you might be right, and you might end up helping me a lot, right? So this is not financial advice. We are simply educated people helping each other out, all right? So look, let's get into it. And before we even talk about anything on the charts, let's talk about a very important saying, all right? Buy the rumor, sell the news is a very famous saying, and it's famous because it's generally right. Okay, this is now, I believe, the second time it's come up. I know for a fact that they mentioned it once before, that Amazon was thinking about buying some movie theaters. Obviously, there's so many things they can do with it, right? They can turn them into theaters. They can get into that business. They can use them as more warehouses because there's obviously movie theaters in more neighborhoods. There's a bunch of things they can do with it, and that's not what we're really here for, right? What I am here for is basically two things, all right? The first question is going to be, hey, can this thing sustain? And the sustain part is going to have nothing to do with the rumor. All right. I'm sure there's going to be more articles tomorrow because obviously Amazon's a big stock. AMC's at least meme power enough to get clicks, right? So I think the news is still going to be coming. But end of the day, today we saw the rumor run. So the question will be, are we dumping tomorrow or are we going to keep going? All right. I'll be real honest with you, and I know it sounds silly. I actually probably wouldn't touch this stock until we got over the 100 moving average, which it looks like it's at 167 over there, okay? I really think breaking 167 and hopefully riding it to up here. And you know what? I'll be honest. I think that's a little too... Ooh, that's actually still a good line. I'm going to keep that line. I am. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm glad I zoomed out. Yeah, if we can break this right here and go all the way up, that's some nasty profit. And it should be a little easier than trying to look, where is the 20? 515, we closed on the 20. We did not break the 20. All right. We were under it. Hey, we've at least been over the 8 for a few days. That's definitely solid. But yeah, we've been under the 20 for a good minute. And I always say it's good to be over the 8, but you really need to be over the 8 and the 20 before you can really feel confident, right? And landing on it, I don't care if you're at the door, you're not in the house, if you know what I mean, right? So we have not broken the 20, all right? And then right behind the 20, we have a stack of the 50 and the 100. It's hard to break one, let alone two that tight, right? So for me, yeah, let's just see what happens after all that noise and then go from there. Man, RSI is super low. That's a 40. There is so much potential. I generally start to get worried around the 80s, right? And just zooming out, what was this bad boy at? 69, 73, yeah, 60, 70, whatever. We're only in the 40s. We got so much room, right? So did I set the alert? I don't actually remember, but I will set it for what was this number? What was it? 67. I will set it for 568. Cool. Let me know when we're a penny over this. Look, an alert is not an immediate buy notification, but it's definitely a, hey, come check it out. I'm going to come talk about these down here. And look, this is a big candle for sure, right? Because yesterday we were trading 20 million. We then basically go a little more than 4x coming to 90, right? That's a big jump. We've seen like 10x, 20x volume jumps, right? So, and look, this is a relatively normal high, right? When I say normal high, like we've seen this, we had that, like I'm okay. We're not that high from it, right? We're actually, and it's not like we had one of these, right? So in some ways, hey, it wasn't that long ago. We've actually had more volume than today. In some ways, hey, it wasn't a silly spike because we've actually been relative ballpark to this 90. And yeah, 4x is a lot, but it's definitely not as silly. I would hate to drop to 60 million tomorrow. That's for sure. You're going to quickly lose 33% of volume. That's not going to help you break these lines. But if we can see that 100, 120 million, maybe even more, oh, maybe we'll start talking about breaking these. Maybe we'll start talking about actually not just breaking them, but keep going. And maybe even just wick up here, whatever, right? We've got an alert and like, yeah, I'd love to ride that bad boy, right? Maybe this thing right here will suck a little bit because that's the top of this and a very, very rough 50% candle of that. But yeah, once you break that, you really should become. I like that 817 line, right? I actually almost considered removing it, but that's a big candle that this bad boy didn't even get to, right? So yeah, that's for sure an important apex in my book. And it's not that far away from the 200 actually. So AMC, again, there's buy the rumor, sell the news is a really, really big thing. I would not be that surprised if this drops to 480, maybe even all the way back down to this 450, 460 number, right? Like all we really did do was just break this. We didn't break this and we just stayed, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back here, but I'd for sure be interested above here, right? So I think that's all on the daily. Let's take a look at the weekly. Look, this isn't a great weekly. Again, you have to be over the 8 and the 20 to expect good things. This weekly's tried, right? It's definitely tried to get, but it's as I zoom out, you see it. You can see what happens when it's over both lines. You can see how it's actually used the 8 to bounce too, and it's used these lines when it's on the right side of them. But even after this little dip, again, this bad boy's been under it. Like there's set some historical precedent and expectations, all right? But yeah, I'm not here to say don't look at this tomorrow for sure. I am also not going to set the alert over the 20 moving average because again, for me, the juice isn't just worth the squeeze right there. I think it looked like it was about 10% if I did my little zoom quick enough, but again, we're talking about from maybe 6 to 8 hopefully, right? That's nicer. All right. MULN. Look, again, I do these MULN segments a little intentionally quick because man, I'm not here to like bash on this stock, all right? But I've said it on a number of videos. All-time lows is a scary place. I've been talking about this stock being in single digits since we broke 20, right? I know a lot of people were honestly upset at me, right? But hopefully you know I'm not coming here from a point of hate, right? But the exact same things I just said on the last, look, at least AMC is like, trying to get near here, even here. It's been doing more, and it's got like once you fall into this lose an all-time low support and your 8 and your 20 keep going down, like it's game over. And what sucks today is we were going away from the 8, we came close to it. We were going away from it. We actually came close to it on the open, and now we're going more away from it, right? So I'm still here saying I don't think the pain is over. I'm not saying this is going to 0, but there are 9 more cents this thing can lose. You know what I mean? And if you actually take a look at volume, the volume has actually like increased a lot. Even let's just get rid of this little outlier. That's an uptrend on volume, and you can also see the line is almost exactly on this 200. We're now creeping above it. Average volume's going up because of this nasty sell-off. That's not the reason you want volume going up. People are feeling more and more comfortable selling this thing because, again, it seems like the meme power is over. And this all-time low Vortex, I know it sounds funny when I say it, but I mean, we've now lost more than 50% since I said, hey, this is the no joke line, right? So I'm going to end it with this because, again, I swear I've done this before. I did this when I was making way less money. I don't do it today because I still can't afford it. Averaging down is so expensive because, look, 40 cents sounds like a badass deal on a stock that was, what was this, 3 something? Hell yeah, let's buy it at 40. Hell yeah, let's buy it at 30. Hell yeah, let's buy it at 20. Hell yeah, let's buy it at 20. Hell yeah, let's buy it at 17. Hell yeah, let's buy it at 14. Hell yeah. Dude, you could have literally bought more, like, for every one that you bought at 40 cents, you could have got a little more than 4 today. For every one, like you get what I'm saying? Like you the same amount of money would have yielded you such a bigger amount of shares than it would as you keep averaging. Like you just got to be patient with these. And I'm telling you, the moving averages give you at least some, like, they go down until they start to curve. All right, you know what I mean? And like there's nothing here saying curve. There's actually more. Like as I pull that, I'm gonna actually zoom in really hard just so I can make the point. And let's use some computer lines. So from right here to there, as I pull, like that line is still going down more. You can see it even more here. That line, come on, how bad was that? But like, you gotta see it, right? Like that thing is going down more on that point right there. Like I don't believe the worst is over here until these lines give us a reason to, all right? So, oopsies, I didn't delete the two. There we go. So again, I spent a little more time than I wanted to here, but I swear I'm not here to hate. I'm not here to bash. I'm here trying to really tell you what I've learned, what I have to believe you've learned if you've kept averaging down. Like it gets really expensive. And again, I don't think we're done. Do I think we're going to zero? No, I'm not here to say that. But no one knows where the bottom is. Because again, as I look, I'm just zooming out just to make it an easier point. On the monthly, you can there is nothing but black here. There's no anywhere where I can draw something and say, okay, I think this 190 line should be pretty strong. Like this 15-cent line was just as strong as 14, just as, like, it's just as strong as 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. I'm telling you, you gotta wait for more. So that's where I'll end it. Look, I've made some good money on MULN. I am sad that it's going down, but the CEO is doing a lot better than me while it's going down, right? So just keep that in mind too, all right? Hey, I appreciate your time so much. Thank you.